There's nothing better in this world than helping a fellow human being. And when those human beings are in a bad place, there is one organisation can certainly help them, and that's the Samaritans. Samaritans are famous for the fact that you can pick the phone up to them 24/7, and if you've got an issue or a problem, there's someone there to listen. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but in a couple of years' time, the phone systems in the UK are changing. And therefore, if the Samaritans and other firms don't change their phones, no one will be able to ring them. Today, I'm joined by Fiona Bonser, who's the boss lady of the Samaritans in Grantham. And I'm also joined by Dave Wheeler, who is the Provincial Grand Master for the province of Lincolnshire. Thanks for joining me today, the pair of you. Firstly, I'd like to start with you, Fiona. The Freemasons have just given you £30,000 to upgrade your telephone systems. Why is that so important?
I think, as you've already mentioned, Samaritans are known to be there to support callers 24/7, 365 days a year. And providing that support on the phone is absolutely vital. People need to be able to pick the phone up and talk to someone when they've just got things on their mind and they need to talk that through. Now, without making that change, we couldn't continue to provide the service. The switch from analogue to digital is really important. To give you some idea of scale, it's going to involve around 900 lines across over 200 branches. That's a significant undertaking, and obviously a big expense for a charity of our size. So this type of donation is hugely important to allow that transition to happen smoothly and make sure there's absolutely no impact of that change on either our callers or our volunteers.
£30,000 seems an awful lot of money just for Lincolnshire. What is the issue with regard to, is it the point that a phone, if it's not being picked up in Scunthorpe, can be picked up in Grantham and it needs that digital? Is that where the cost is?
Not quite. So Samaritans is a national service. So when you pick the phone up, you could be speaking to a volunteer anywhere. So if the caller's based in Lincolnshire, it's not, but in fact it's quite unlikely it will be answered by one of the Lincolnshire branches. So it will be answered by anyone across the country. But what's really important to Lincolnshire is we have 5 branches in Lincolnshire. We've got Grimsby, Scunthorpe, ourselves here in Grantham. We've got Lincoln, a small branch in Boston. That's around 350 volunteers. So all those volunteers will need their infrastructure changing. That means they'll need training on how to use the new system. That means we'll need new cabling in those branches, new headsets. We also need to think about any of our volunteers that need some assistance. We have obviously some hearing impaired volunteers. So that money actually is spread across a lot of different areas within these branches to make this transition smooth.
That's good, because I just thought you were just changing a few phone systems, but by the sounds of it, you're actually helping 300 people in Lincolnshire and giving them training and support so it actually works.
Absolutely. And if you put yourself in the shoes of a volunteer, you really don't want to be worrying about technology when you're on the call with that caller. You need to have your attention 100%, 110% on the person that you're talking to. You don't even worried whether your phone line's going to cut out or whether you can hear them properly. And that's why this money will be really vital and really well spent to enable a smooth transition.
So if you hadn't have had this money, then people probably might not have got the help they deserved or wanted.
It would have been harder, definitely. It would have been harder, because we need to give people that confidence that it will go smoothly. They can be on the old system yesterday, on the new system today, and actually it's a breeze. It's not a problem.
Dave, you are the Provincial Grand Master for Freemasons in Lincolnshire. How does it make you feel that the Freemasons of Lincolnshire have made such a difference?
Yeah, well, absolutely fabulous. It fits in exactly what we were looking to do with the project. We, as you know, we're in festival, and whilst we're in festival, we have a one-off grant of £30,000 to allocate to a particular good cause or charity, and we were looking for something that was Lincolnshire-wide, that was obviously a registered charity, and fitted in with our criteria of trying to help people in Lincolnshire. So this was a perfect fit for us, and the more I hear about the project, the more worthwhile the donation has become. It took a lot of work to put the bid together, as it always does, but it was approved immediately by the Masonic Charitable Foundation and through ourselves. And I'm looking forward to going out in the future to see the new equipment in action if I can, and see some of the benefits that we've hopefully helped to provide.
Now, Lincolnshire Freemasons so far have raised over £2 million in the last few years. What would your message be to those Lincolnshire Freemasons that some of that money's come from, some of, the £2 million that we've raised so far?
Yeah, don't take your foot off the gas, I think is the obvious message. In exactly a year's time, we come out of festival. So September 2025 is our finale event, and our target to raise that we agreed with the Masonic Charitable Foundation was 2.25 million. And people might think, well, we've raised 2 million, and that's all from Freemasons, all from donations, from our membership of just under 3,000 members. So what I would say is, let's not sit back and coast for the last 12 months. Let's really put all the effort in, because as many Freemasons in Lincolnshire know, we help ourselves and our members, we help external groups, and then we help the community as a whole. And without that sort of money coming back into the province and back into the county, a lot of our members and a lot of our local charities would really struggle.
Fiona, if you don't mind me asking, how many phone calls do you get in Lincolnshire a year?
On average, we get around 37,000.
37,000?
Yes, yes.
If you think about it, that 30,000 is less than £1 a call. And just think what that phone call will do to save someone's life or put them in a better place.
Absolutely. And also what isn't included in that total, that's just phone calls. We also support callers by email. We also support them by online chat at certain hours of the day, and callers can write to us and receive a written response back. So there are other methods to contact Samaritans. Obviously, this donation is very much around the phone service we provide, which, 37,000, it's a significant number.
It's a huge number, absolutely huge number. Just before we go, Dave, I believe you've got a little trinket, a little piece of info about the Samaritans and Lincolnshire that I think some of the brethren would really love to know, because it made me go, wow.
Yeah, I think it's a great connection, because we were looking for a Lincolnshire-based charity. Obviously, the Samaritans are a national charity, but the connections with Lincolnshire go back to the very beginning. Chad Vara, who started the Samaritans organisation in 1953, was born in northern Lincolnshire. He then worked in Lincoln as a vicar, working in the St Giles area of Lincoln, which is only half a mile away from the Lincolnshire Masonic Centre. And I just think that's a lovely little connection that makes it a bit more special for Lincolnshire Freemasons to support the Samaritans.
Absolutely, bang on. I would like to say, Fiona, I'd like to say thank you for what you do in the organisation and what you do. And as I said, I think this donation is going to make a huge difference, and I hope it makes your job easier, because you've got a really tough job. What's your final words to the Lincolnshire Freemasons who've made this donation?
I'd like to say thank you. I think sometimes people don't necessarily appreciate the money that's required to provide these sort of services. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to them for providing this money. It will make a huge difference to us. I mean, we mentioned Chad Vara there, but that concept of, one man with one phone that started just over 70 years ago, that's still true to some extent. It's providing support over the phone to people, but Samaritans is now a national organisation, and we need these type of donations to be able to provide the service in the 21st century.
My final word is to say thank you to everyone watching this video. The 4 pillars of Freemasonry are integrity, respect, friendship, but ultimately service and charity. And the money that you raise in the envelopes and through your standing orders make a massive difference. So on behalf of everyone in the organisation, thank you.